right, we're rolling.
Rolling. I mean, stargazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, right, I have. I can't think of a complaint. I might think of one after. Like, this is usually how it works too with podcasts for me. Is
Yeah.
you know how when you're arguing with somebody, and then after the argument's over, you're like, "Fuck, I should have brought this up. That would have killed them." That's how I feel about this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, I feel
Like
like
about the
everyone
podcast.
does that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and after a podcast, like as soon as like we're done talking, we hang up. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot this fucking point.
But that's gonna be about any convo that we have.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
Like-
a next character I think we should discuss now is it's got to be Ruth, right?
Oh,
Oh,
you
100%.
mean I don't fucking know Marty? You mean
I don't know fuck. I don't know
I don't
shit
know.
about fuck.
Yeah, I don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know if that's the exact line.
Yeah, that
Yo.
is.
Shit
That
about
is.
fun.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Like her character development has
Phenomenal.
been the best of the show so far, in my opinion. Like she went from like she's always been smart,
Always,
Yeah.
always been.
but
smart.
like
But she got
went-
smarter.
yes, and also just like not even in the sense of because at the casino, you know, she wears like a suit kind of thing, and but you know, it goes to show you it's not just, you know, she's just not some hillbilly,
Yeah, she
Who-
started thinking bigger.
right? And that goes to the point you made earlier where, yo, like Marty, and I've always wanted this, but it just never seems to have like it just never is glued together. Her relationship with Wendy and Marty. There are some episodes where you're like, okay, cool. They're all on the same page, they're on the same team. You want them to be on the same team.
Yeah.
And then especially like after where she's like, oh, so y'all just not gonna kill Frank Jr. And they're like, no. I love Jason Bateman's like subtlety on things where he's just like, yeah, no, there's no need to do that. We've got taken care of, okay? Like that kind of. I'm just like, and then she's just like, fuck, like, what do you mean? And she said
Yeah.
it too. She was like, yo, like y'all treat me like I'm your daughter, but if this was Charlotte, Frank Jr. would have been
exactly.
murked,
Yeah, yeah.
been murked.
She came also
So-
to realize that as close as they were through business, that did not
They're
make them
still
family
not.
for real.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
sucks because I'm like, yo, you got Marty and Wendy who I fuck with, you got Ruth who I fuck with, and I want them to be fucking with each other.
Blame the script.
Go write the script. I'm gonna write this one. Nah, chill. It needs nothing from me. 'Cause
Nah,
I'll make
bro.
that shit 10 times worse.
Yeah, like, and I just love how once again Jason Bateman's amazing acting, the Stoic King, conveys
Sir.
conveys concern, disdain, worry, like thinking, trying to think of a solution to something with the same
he has
face.
the same face. He has the same face for everything, but you know it's in a different context.
Exactly, and
You're
like,
like, oh, he's happy.
yeah.
Oh, he's very worried.
Yeah, but like for
But it's the
example,
same
when he
face.
came back, like super stoic. When he came back from Mexico, from being basically tortured and shit,
And she hugged him.
Ruth hugged him and he's like, "All right, okay, you did what you had to do. All right, okay,
Right.
let's get back to work." I'm like, "Yo,
Bro, protect Ruth
Yeah,
at all
yeah,
costs, man.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
you know what he
She's
needs to
definitely
learn
my
how to.
favorite.
Yeah, I think he needed to learn this season how to act. Like, if you don't feel anything, you have to pretend at least. Like, when she came and hugged him, I was like, "Yo, hug her back," like, you know, or like, like,
Yeah.
Hug her
show
back,
some
bro.
fucking basic human emotion.
Nah,
Like,
fuck
her
that.
father's
Hug her-
dead. You have to know her that, like, you have to know that you're a father figure for her right now. You have to know that. Like,
Bro, but
The-
in a sense, I feel like he doesn't. He's so worried about his own kids.
Exactly.
I know, but like, yo, it's
So
just
why
the
don't-
way
why
she
don't
hugged him.
you write a
Then
better script?
I'm not saying that it's a flaw. I'm just
Nah,
saying
bro, you're getting me so tight.
relax.
Man, I wish I could record
So-
this like the video.
You
Like,
can.
I'll figure out a way.
but like, and when Ben died and they had to burn the body, and he was just like, it's like,
stone cold.
oh my god, it's like it was almost like to the point where I'm like, "Ugh, dude, come on." I'm
He's
like,
like, you want to say
my
anything?
thing with that, I get it, Mark.
you
I
want to say anything?
I 100% get your gripe with that. My thing is though, especially at that time where Ben died, it's like he knows Wendy is devastated. He knows that she's the one that put the hit out. In order for the family to live, he needs to keep a cool mind. Like I get it. I know what you mean. Like one scene of him just breaking down, like what the fuck, like getting tight, this and
No,
that.
I don't need that. I just need him to hug. I just want him to hug Ruth. That's all I wanted.
You just want him to hug
care.
Ruth?
I don't need any of that other shit. Just hug Ruth. Give Ruth a hug. But like, and also at the same time though, we have to kind of acknowledge that Ruth kind of fucked up with how she wasn't even there to pick his ass up from the fucking hospital that he got released from. Like, come on. Like,
with Ben.
yeah, with Ben, he gets released. She gets him released from the hospital, and then she's like, and then she's not there to pick him up. And you trust him with a taxi?
They touch on that where Wendy was like, how the fuck does a patient that just left a mental facility get in a taxi? Like, that just makes no sense.
Yeah. That was like if I had to super nitpick, that would be my thing. Just because it's like, what the fuck did you
say? You hated
I said if I said I had to super nitpick, which
just say you're gonna stop watching the show. Just say
shut up.
Better.
Shut up. So, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck did you think he was gonna do? You knew he was already devastated. He was either gonna go, like, yell at Wendy, or he was gonna do some other stupid shit, and he ended up doing some other stupid shit and go and yell at Helen and her daughter.
No, but you know what it is? I think every time here's the thing. I think this is what happened. They told Netflix, right? Like the Emmys, all of them said, they're like, yo, only give Jason a couple of emotional scenes. They're like, why? And they're like, because if you keep giving him an emotional scene in every single episode, he's gonna win every award there is. It's just like,
I was like, where is he going with this?
Yeah, I was like, what?
I'm telling y'all, when he was yelling at Navarro, I was just like, okay.
Oh, and also when he yelled at Frank, at Frank,
Frank Sr.,
where he was like, I swear to God, you put your hands on me, my family, on Ruth, I'll fucking make sure your son hangs from a fucking bridge in Juarez. I was like, oh my God.
Yep. And just so y'all know, to our listeners who aren't privy to that information or what he meant by that, the cartel tend to hang snitches or anybody they deem unnecessary to be alive. They usually hang them by a limb from a bridge in Juarez, Mexico, usually headless, usually decapitated, and dickless.
Jesus.
Discretion is still advised.
Yeah, and also usually they put like their dicks when they cut them off, they put them in the mouth.
Yeah.
Or the tongues, they cut them off. Yeah, like, you know. Well,
Christ.
I hate seeing fucking like videos or like photos of that on the internet.
And I'm pretty sure they do that while they're still alive.
yeah, for sure. I've seen a video of that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yo,
I've seen some.
these people are, that's.
I've seen some fucked up shit, guys.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty fucked up shit.
That's another thing with me with this show. Like, they're showing you how ruthless they are.
Yeah.
It's not one of those shows where it's like, oh, they're about to get shot, and then you have this whole moment where they're like, wait, no. Like even the scene that Marty was gonna get killed by Del Rio back in season 1, I was like, okay, I obviously know he's not gonna die because he's the main character, but like he had to fight for that shit. Like he had to really convince Del Rio.
Yeah.
And here's another thing where I get so pissed off at. I don't know if any of you like have the same feeling that I do, but like the Birds especially, they're doing everything they can for this cartel, but it just never feels like enough. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
That's why I said that there's no W's.
Yeah, it's stressful.
They're making a shit ton of money. Like they're making sure your kids are good, and Navarro's like, "You fuck up once, I kill you." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Well, also, it doesn't help that they're like they're in a war. So he's probably OD pressured and shit.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah,
Because
I think now, yeah, he's gonna. He maybe he can cut them one break once. Maybe.
once, right? Like
Maybe they earned one fucking break. I don't know. I wonder who they're gonna play. Who he's gonna send to replace Helen, or if he's gonna send anyone at all.
I'm just we're definitely gonna get new characters, which we're gonna fall in love with, and then they're gonna be like, okay, we're just gonna kill them off.
It's the Netflix Game
Okay.
of Thrones.
Type shit.
It's the
Okay,
Netflix
bye.
Game of Thrones.
It was nice to know you for 10 episodes.
For real, we only knew Ben for 9.
Wow. But
Yeah,
no,
but
like what I was gonna say as well is that scene with Navarro and the phone call with Wendy, where she's like, "Oh, like we're partners." He was like, "What?
What?
Are
Yeah.
you crazy?" She's like, "Gringa, are you stupid? You do
Y tú
what
estás
I
loca,
say
eh?"
when I say it." Like,
For real. When she said that, I looked at my mom. I was watching my mom. I was like, "Yo, who is she talking to?
word, right?
Like, she must think this is Marty on the phone or something. I don't know who the fuck."
She
What-
got
what did she
Navarro
clap
fucked
back?
up.
So like, yo, who the fuck are you talking to right now? Like, watch
Yeah,
the tone,
he
Navarro.
blew up.
That's Navarro. if he
Like-
was from Mount Vernon. or Marty was from New York and he was screaming at Frank Sr. Yo, dead ass, if you touch my kids, my wife, anybody again, I'm gonna tell you to suck my dick
From the fucking back.
from the fucking back.
He's like, yo, catch me at Dykeman, Frank.
Yo, if I
talking
see you on Dykeman, I'm smacking the shit out of you, cuz I swear.
And I'm fucking your bitch. What's up? Damn, bro.
It's got real New York in here.
Yo,
I know, right?
Very listen.
Let's write the script for Ozark, but call it Bronx.
No, we'll call it. We'll call it.
Place, bro. It's gotta be like a
Yeah.
quiet-
It's gotta be like
Fucking-
Mount Vernon or something.
not,
We'll call it Harrison.
I'm kidding.
not, nah,
We'll call it Jersey.
Pleasantville.
Pleasantville. Ew.
Pleasantville. Nah, that sounds fire. That sounds like a fire show.
Yeah, like fucking.
Kind of sounds like a CW show.
Yeah, right.
Riverdale.
Like Riverdale. Yeah. that's-
Yeah, exactly.
Riverdale.
All right, bet.
Okay,
Spin
we're
off.
getting off topic.
What do you?
Now, hold on.
Nah,
One more
we
thing.
on
One more thing
topic.
on this topic. One more thing. Like the reviews will be like, it's Ozark mixed with Riverdale. That's what it's called.
Weird
Oh,
ass mix.
I'm starting the script tonight. Say I won't. Main character, Laurie Word. I bet. Bad joke. My bad. I'll take my L.
Oh, brother, this
Bro.
guy stinks.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the episode name.
What?
That's the episode name.
What he said?
Yeah, what he said.
I don't remember what I said. I ain't say
He's
it.
asking.
Yeah, I hear anything. Nah, but
Sorry, word.
Larry Word, yeah, bro.
Anyway, so where were we? Talking about Ruth. Talking about Ruth.
We've been stopped talking about Ruth, but yeah, we get back on her. Hey, yo, pause.
No,
Fast forward.
Chill.
Fast forward.
Chill. Y'all know what I meant.
Anyway,
You're not childish, yo.
but
What?
Ruth seriously like lost like so much shit. Like it's not really hard. Like my mom was like, "Oh man, I hope she goes back to Marty," and then it's like, yeah, we can hope that. But let's be honest. I mean, I don't see how that can be repaired.
I'm glad she mended her relationship with Wyatt.
Mended?
Yeah.
God, this guy.
But like,
What? That's a word.
I know.
um,
It's that he deals with metal, so
Mended?
he it kind of gave him PTSD.
nah, but like 'cause the the fact that when her pops threatened to tell Wyatt himself, like, oh, I'll tell Wyatt what you did, and she was like, you know what, fuck you, and she just went and told him straight up. I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, yo, like she, like, she a real one. Like she's a real one. Like,
she hates it when people have power over her. She hates that.
Yeah, and when she went to Helen's crib, she knocked. She was like, look. I quit. I'm done. Fuck you. Fuck the bird. Dick. Yeah. But she was basically like, yo, like.
Suck my dick from the back, yo.
Like, I know everything, but I ain't a snitch. I ain't no fucking snitch. And she's like, yo, like you're Gucci. And Helen believed her because
Helen was just like, all right.
Like Helen was like,
she OG. Yeah, she does not. She is not a snitch, dude. And also. And she still gives props to Marty. She's like, I'm thankful for everything you did for me. Like,
yeah, she was more tight at Wendy.
Yeah, she was more tight at Wendy. Yeah,
that's the only thing that kind of gave me hope, right there. Was that exchange that they had?
Yeah,
was like, like I'm thankful for everything you. What?
Like Wendy put the hit out on her pops, right? And Wendy says it a bunch of times, like, "Yo, I did it because he's been torturing you your whole life." But then she puts a hit out on her lover, which is also Wendy's brother. And she's like, yo.
You met him 2 weeks ago.
I get it. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah,
first of all, it's been
clicked.
It's been 2 months. Yeah, they clicked. They made each other happy.
They met 2 weeks ago.
And she ain't been getting no dick.
That's her problem. You met him 2 weeks ago.
Nah,
so a relationship can't be formed in a somewhat short amount of time. You can't care deeply for somebody.
Wow.
Is that what you're saying, Ariel?
See ya.
That's crazy.
Yeah, watch. We all gonna hit up your girl right now. But like, when did you first fall in love with your man? Oh, 2 weeks.
She says for 2 weeks. Nah, that can't be real. She lying.
I get where Ariel's coming from, but it's not to say that like they were like, oh, like we're madly in love, but obviously they had a connection, like they vibed with one another. like obviously, like he gets clapped, you're gonna be tight. Like, yeah, but you saw it when she was there, like when they they cremated him. She wasn't like, oh, like she wasn't bawling her fucking eyes out, but she was tight.
Yeah,
but
she was more upset
I think that goes
than really sad though.
Exactly.
Right. I'm still trying to figure that out. She
was right there.
Yeah.
Like she know the vibe. You feel me? Like she know the vibes.
She know the vibes.
Yeah, it's the same guy that killed her dad, and that killed. Look, let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about the MVP of the season.
All right, who? All right, who?
The therapist. The therapist. Yeah, like
the therapist.
Bro, she's the MVP, bro.
She is the MVP of the season. You're serious?
Got the money, bought a McLaren.
He's joking, obviously.
I mean, she got points on my list. She bought a McLaren.
Nah, I'm not gonna front her for a therapist. She was pretty fucking stupid.
Hell yeah.
Like Marty was like, what the fuck are you doing? I told you not to buy crazy shit. Like,
how much
you
money did he give her?
Dude, he was like, that is a transformer. He was like, that is a transformer. What are you doing?
Yeah. Dude, but she was funny though. She was the comedic relief that I think this season needed.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Where it wasn't like she was inserting herself in the story. She was almost kind of like us in a way, just watching it.
Yeah.
And then then she would have her own kind of thing, which is kind of fun, like a really clever way to insert comedy. Like they're both paying off the therapist to tell them what they want to hear.
And you know what's so funny? That we also felt like her in terms of going easier on Wendy or going easier, like yeah, like because we also wanted Wendy and Marty to work their shit out.
Yep, exactly.
So we're like, us as the audience and as the therapist, we're like, yo, come on.
She's not totally off base here. Like, come on.
Yo,
we said Riverdale, and then the fucking Riverdale post came up.
Ooh,
Wow.
conspiracy.
What the fuck?
Oh
But
shit.
nah, what I want to bring up, which I think is going to set up a lot in season 4 that we need to discuss, is Jonah finding out that Wendy put the hit out on Ben.
Mm,
He knows 100%.
he knows for sure.
Like, obviously, that whole first of all, Jonah's a fucking beast.
He pulled up
when-
with a hunting rifle.
Yo, he said, "I ain't asking no questions. I don't care who here." Who? She's like, "Oh, there's
Yeah.
kids upstairs." She's like, "Who? They could get clapped too." Fuck you
Yeah, he was like,
guys down.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care, bro.
Like kids, I don't give a fuck. Like, but not even that. Just remember that scene where they were like they got arrested for shooting guns and smoking weed, where he hit the 3 glass bottle.
Yeah. He,
I was like, oh, he about to sun him. I'm like,
Captain
he's
Price
ready.
would love him.
But nah, dude, like
anyway.
that scene where he presses Helen, and like Helen, like she wasn't. I thought when he pulled up,
She
like,
was
Helen
scared.
like, yeah, she was legitimately frightened.
Because
thought
she
she was gonna
knew,
be
because
like,
he,
oh, like, you're a
because
kid.
she knows that he shot the fucking guy that was in their house, right?
Right? Yeah, the one of the Rios guys.
Yeah, like he was gonna wait. Was it that he was gonna shoot, and then somebody, and then
Yeah, it was. What's his name?
and then the old man, and then Buddy was
Yeah.
that his Buddy?
Que padre cansa,
Yeah.
yeah, R.I.P. Buddy, bro.
But
kept it
Yeah,
real.
like, but he was gonna shoot him, so everybody knows that this kid has balls. Like,
Yeah.
he is ready to shoot on sight.
Look, everybody else indirectly killed someone, like Ruth, Wendy, Marty. Jonah actually clapped someone. Like,
who'd he clap?
No, he was gonna clap somebody.
No,
he didn't
well,
actually.
He didn't kill nobody.
He's the only one who almost came close to actually doing it, at least.
Okay, I see what
Well,
you mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, Marty killed a priest.
right. It's fine. We don't have to go through the whole
Yeah.
death toll.
Listen, I ain't snitching. I don't know who y'all talking
and
about.
who got clapped. But
Anyway,
no,
yeah.
I think that is gonna create a huge thing for this.
Oh,
next season.
absolutely.
I think season 4 is gonna start off with them in Mexico, obviously. I think Jonah shooting that glass is like you said, Mark. Yeah, it's setting up that he's not gonna let shit like this fly in the next season. Like as soon as, like I said, I think the first 2 episodes are gonna be Marty and Wendy in Mexico and Navarro, planning whatever. And then when they get back, like, yeah, kind of what Brian said, like Jonah's he's gonna be coming up with something, like, yeah, and he has his own like little funds under his fake name, like Mike Fleming, like
Mike
he's
Fleming.
He's
getting
got
money.
that Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
word,
that
it is.
Bitcoin down. Yeah, he moving out here.
But no, yeah, and what I was also gonna mention is I don't personally know anyone with bipolar disorder, but like the way that they made it seem here in the show, I can assume is very accurate because from what I read about it, growing up and things like that, it's like you just have mood swings like just sporadically like that.
Yeah.
Again, I will shout out the actor 10 million times. Dude who played Ben, like he did it, like I'm like 1 minute he's crying, like when he was crying to Ruth, bro, when he was in that like sport, I was like, wow. I felt it. I was like, yo, like
He
this
also
shit is-
got me so tight when he went to the event at the casino.
I was like,
oh
my God,
my
dude.
God.
But again,
Yeah.
like we said before,
But again, yeah,
the shit that was going on is not normal. Like you're fucking laundering money for a drug cartel. Like, I get it.
Also peep how both Wendy and Marty both got socked in the face this season. Everybody got punched in the face.
Yeah.
Darlene,
Darlene
yeah,
did.
Darlene socked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even Ruth got freaking jumped by pussy ass Frank
Oh.
Jr.
We don't talk about that. That didn't happen. It's okay though. Darlene shot him in the dick. It reminded me of 21 Jump Street. You shot me in the dick.
Yo, shout out to 21 Jump Street by
Back.
Phil
I
and
saw that the
Christopher
other
Miller.
day. Phenomenal.
Great.
I still want. Is Ruth like now cool though? Like, so Darlene's like, oh yeah, I shot him in the dick. He's not dead, so still what
But
you
it's
wanted
still
isn't happening.
it's still something. It's some action
It's still
taken.
something, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. That's why.
Well, Darlene just made a deal with the KC mob, but you're right.
Mob.
I feel like Frank Jr., who by the way is in Power, the actor. I was like, I never watched Power, but I noticed him from somewhere just because Power.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where he's from.
Yeah. Now it made me want to watch Power. Maybe that's the next thing I'll
No,
binge.
I don't want to watch Power after his acting.
No, I'm gonna binge Money Heist first, and then I'm gonna binge Power. But yeah, back to what I was saying though. Like Frank Jr., like he's a hothead, so he could still go against his dad's orders and do some dumb shit, expecting his dad not to kill him. Yeah, I still think the KC mob. Shout out Kansas City winning the Super Bowl. That's the first thing it reminded me of.
I completely forgot about that.
It's been that happened this year. It's been a long
That was this year
already. It was 2
damn.
months ago.
Yo, what is
Yeah,
going
Super Bowl was
on?
in February.
We are on Earth 19. I'm telling you.
But no, yeah. So yeah, he could definitely go rogue and do some dumb shit. Well, because he just got his fucking dick shot off. I would go rogue and fucking murk people. But
If you
Like-
got your dick shot.
yeah, like the fuck. You're not gonna shoot my dick and get away with it. Like there has to be some repercussions
His
to this.
dick is definitely gone, right?
Oh, dude, that guy is gonna have such a grudge, but what's good is that it's gonna take like all the attention away from Marty, from the KC mob, and only focus on Darlene and Ruth now. So they're gonna be in some deep shit with the KC mob, not even Marty anymore.
Right. So that's kind of what I want to
Damn,
at
Darlene
least-
pulled a Ramsey on him.
word. At least she didn't eat. At least she didn't cook it and eat it.
He
That
didn't eat
would've
it.
Ramsey, because Ramsey ate fucking
No, he
reeks.
didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I put $100 on it.
All right, bet. He
Bet.
was eating sausage, and he was like, "Oh, don't worry, this isn't it. I wouldn't do that." He was just mocking him, stupid.
Oh, all right.
All right, where my $100?
Nah, we didn't shake hands, stupid.
Oh,
Social distancing, bro. Come on.
yo, that's
Rules don't
fighting
apply.
words right there.
Fuck. Oh, nah. I personally like to me just want to end on like, kind of setting up where everyone's gonna be starting next season. So Ruth and Wyatt's relationship got,
Better.
better, right? It's still not 100% obviously because she murked his pops, which is understandable.
That is not a normal sentence.
Right. But nonetheless, now they're going to start working under Darlene, who now wants to have her heroin business up and running and thriving again. And she just made partners with the KC mob. Cool. Now we got Marty and Wendy off to Mexico. Helen got clapped. And now it seems Navarro is 100% trusting them, clearly.
He just killed a woman in front of them. Yeah.
Right. And so now we just need to figure out what his plans are, because obviously he's going to want to expand more. Dudes that are money hungry are always money hungry. Well, that's the thing. No matter how much money you have, you still want more.
Of course.
And so I'm assuming that's, what he wants to discuss with them. And now the FBI is also still running in the casino. Now they need someone to run the casino. They don't have anybody because Ruth's not around. So, yeah, I'm just prepared for more of a shit show to go down.
Y'all should check your like Fitbits or Apple Watches or whatever kind of smartwatch you have to see if your BPMs, like how they are while you're watching.
Oh, when you're watching. Yeah.
Because I wish I had one of those to monitor that. Because I'm telling you, I would be stressed. Like I would stand up with my hands over my head, like, "Yo, what are y'all doing?"
Brian had mentioned it earlier. He said that was his only pet peeve. Was how much it stresses him out. The show.
Yeah, my only complaint about the show is that it finished.
For real.
Okay.
I need the next season already. Man.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah, well, I hope production doesn't start, and I mean they can't start production anyway if they wanted to for season 4 right now.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa.
Like, hold on, let's take a look.
Yeah,
I hope
because Earth is closed, man.
Earth is
Earth is
currently closed. Yeah.
Earth
Except for
is closed
Jacksonville, Florida.
today. Except for Yo, shout out to Florida. Yeah.
Shout out to
Nah,
Florida.
no
You
shit,
guys opened a
nah.
beach.
Shout out to Florida, the best state ever.
But so Ozark season 4 has a release date of April of 2021. So next year.
All right, let's all bet right now. That is a
Mm.
dub.
No, I don't think so.
Unless they shoot all the indoor scenes. But even still, then that's a crew. That's a crew of over 15 people. No.
Nah,
Not
dude, I
happening.
wouldn't.
Dude, that's like months of shooting.
Dude.
At best, I don't know if they can do everything by April.
Dude, that
I mean,
is.
did they start shooting at all?
They probably just started pre-production. I'm assuming that the way Netflix works with these
Well,
contracts.
it technically hasn't been announced yet.
Okay, so
of
then
of
they're
its
chilling.
renewal.
No, but when something's posted on IMDb, like that's like legit.
Yeah, I hope Netflix is not like gonna be like, oh yeah, canceled. People would riot.
Oh
No.
They can't do that.
No. They wouldn't.
Don't even put that in the universe.
My bad.
Don't put that in the universe.
It's very rare that they cancel original content. Like there's only one. I think the Get Down is the only show that they canceled.
Bro, fucking all the Marvel shows are Netflix originals.
No, but
but
they
they're
got canceled
associated with-
because
they're
of
'cause
contract.
Yeah, Disney
I'm
Plus and
saying
all
like
that shit.
that Netflix
Like
themselves
shit that's
canceled.
theirs, right?
Yeah. Like Netflix themselves canceled the Get Down, and I don't think they'll cancel Ozark. I just think
What
that
the
they'll.
fuck is the Get Down?
It was like this hip hop show like that took place in like the 80s.
Yeah,
It was okay. It wasn't that bad.
but it was also very expensive. So they also, and that's when Netflix was still rather
Yeah.
young in terms of streaming at the time.
Right.
When
Yeah,
they
it
came
was
out
it
with
was pretty much more for people that like enjoyed hip hop and
yeah.
like music like
It
that.
was-
Like
it's-
we all like music, but I'm saying like the disc jockey and this and that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, DJing and yeah.
So
but
and it was shot here in the BX, and that was really expensive for them. So I think that's
can
part
imagine.
of that's part of the reason.
But nah, for me, I think I've said all the points that I wanted. Again, thank y'all for putting me on. Kayla's parents actually like hip hop's been also been telling me like, yo, hop on Ozark. And I was like, I bet since it's popular, everyone's telling me to do it, I'm gonna hop on, see what the hype is about. Within the first 20 minutes, I was already fucking hooked. I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck's about to go down? Didn't think it would be as good. So instead of doing what we do for like our our bad movie reviews, like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought, or it was just as bad as I thought. This was, a lot better than I had anticipated when I was first told to watch it. Again, not a single cast member, supporting cast, main cast, not one of them has disappointed. I've been involved in all of their character arcs. Even fucking Petty, who I hated, I was like, yo, what's this guy all about? Like the whole situation with his mother. I even felt bad to a certain extent when he died, when he got murdered. So it's like, although he was a piece of shit, he didn't deserve that. But
Nah, fuck him.
yeah. But no, yeah, great fucking season. I hope this, pandemic doesn't halt the production on it. I'm sure, like we're talking about right now, that is gonna get renewed for season 4 because it's very popular, and B,
Ending on a cliffhanger like that.
You can't end it like that, please. Yeah, y'all would be doing the dude who played Ben dirty twice because the cliffhanger in Iron Fist.
Oh my god, that's so true.
No, but shout out to
Wait, what
my
was
guy
the
Tom
cliffhanger in
Pelfrey.
Iron Fist?
When they were at the bar and they had
Yeah.
that doo-doo gun scene
Oh,
with the 2 bullets, like
oh god.
Chill,
yeah.
Yo,
We're all having nightmares tonight, yo.
Oh man.
I'm gonna watch that again
I
tonight.
knew there was a reason I forgot about that. I fucking managed to erase it from my memory.
Nonetheless, my guy Ward Meacham was dope.
Yeah, he killed it.
Not yet. I don't think I have anything else to say. Like I said, once we go our separate ways, I'll be like, oh my God, this. And then it'll be too late.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm good off that.
Same.
Yeah, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Nothing. Jason Bateman is the Stoic King.
Ooh, speaking of which, my bad. I do
Shout
have
out to
one more
Jason
thing.
Bateman. And
Yes.
everybody who worked
Shout
on
out
this.
Jason Bateman.
Beautiful job, Netflix. Keep it up.
I think all of my favorite episodes have been ones that he directed. What an underrated fucking director. Like
Yes, sir.
my favorite episodes on The Outsider were the first 2 episodes, and both of those were the ones he directed. I was like, wow. Like, and then this one too. Like, I would finish the episode, but like, that was a fucking good episode. And the first thing that pops up, directed by Jason Bateman. I'm like, oh, that explains it. You know what I feel like watching now?
What?
Fucking Horrible Bosses, both of them. Horrible Bosses.
That was I think I saw part 1. I think. I don't remember.
Huh? They're fucking
Yeah,
mad
part 1
funny.
was mad funny.
Part 2 was pretty good too. But nonetheless, we don't gotta get into that. What's it called? Our next podcast is gonna be on
Sucker
Zack
Punch.
Snyder's Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Was it really that bad? I guess I have to find out. I'm actually really excited for this one because I didn't watch the Fantastic Four one either. But this gives me a lot of hope because it's Zack Snyder. So we'll see. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what the premise
And
is.
it's
about. I
also
don't know.
and it's also one of the few movies on this list that I like.
So we
that I
already know what you're
genu-
gonna say about it.
Yeah, that I genuinely like this. I'm gonna put on my cape for this
Yeah.
movie. Can't
It was
wait.
he likes this one, Venom, Fantastic Four. Those are his 3 favorites.
No,
Yo.
Venom is gonna be tough to go through that again, for sure.
Venom's gonna be a real tough one.
Yeah, Venom is gonna be tough. Along with what else?
We still doing the OG.
Yeah,
Fantastic
we still
Four, right?
got a lot. We
I'm
still got
not doing the OG
Constantine.
Fantastic Four.
Dude, I really don't want to watch Constantine. Like, I really don't.
Don't want to watch what?
Constantine.
Constantine.
I know. I really.
Oh
don't
yeah, I
either.
don't either.
Really? So we're
Like,
just gonna
that
dub
one-
that?
No, I think we
No,
should still
no,
do
we're
it. I mean,
gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
that's a sign that we should do it if we don't want to
Okay.
watch it.
Exactly, because we could be like, huh, that wasn't that bad. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get real shit faced for it.
For Constantine?
not-
For Constantine.
That's
yeah.
not gonna help.
No,
I don't
I'm
even
gonna
watch.
come on. I'll be like, yo, that shit was so lit.
I don't even watch. I don't even watch any of these smacked. Like Sucker Punch. I can't guarantee anything there, but I'm gonna have a blast.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yo, we out? I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that shit on. We should
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Bet.
That'll be lit
Alright,
to do that live.
Well, nah, y'all. Thanks so much for listening. To the loyal listeners that we do have. We know y'all. We see y'all. Thank you so much. Tell your friends. We're kind of funny. We're really dumb, and we don't work for a Mexican cartel. So win. But nah, y'all. We'll be dropping next week. Sucker Punch review. Was it really that bad? So yeah, thank y'all.
Yes.
Wash your
Adios.
hands.
Wash your hands.
You don't know the power of the dark side. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. Chillin with Phyllis podcast.
What's good, everyone?
Y'all welcome out.
What's good, everyone? We are still in day 49 of quarantining. Don't know, lost count of the days. But I hope everyone out there is doing great. Shout out to essential workers. And yeah, we today we are getting into Ozark season 3 as well as Ozark as a show as a whole. So yeah, welcome. What's good? It's the Brown Steve Jobs, Mr. Steve Austin, aka Dr. Manhattan del Bronx, aka October's Every Own, aka Look Upon My Works. I am Ozzy Mandius here, joined by
Damn, son.
the
Giving
king
us
of
a beat.
the king of FIFA, reporting live in HD audio streams. Augustoso
Oh,
from the
word?
Lost Borough, founder of the Zach Vengers, Clown
Word?
Prince. And also welcoming back the only mutant in Westchester, leaving you in the dust with his M3 rocket ship. Oscar winner for best extra in a motion picture, Mr. Overtime.
M3
Magneto.
rocket ship. I'm still laughing.
And all the way from
Where am I from?
All the way from North Plainfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
Hello.
President of the Boston Celtics, senior DC correspondent, king of the Gulag. You do not want to 1v1 him. My rival in debate, Zoom. What is good, everyone?
Hello.
You are chilling with villains. How y'all doing? Everyone's all right?
Chillin.
I got my pizza here. I got my oxtail here.
Oh, you got your oxtail?
Now before we get into Ozark, we did have some news drop this week. We had a rumor that Josh Whedon, sorry, not Josh Whedon, stupid fucking name. There's been some news. There's been rumors that Josh Whedon, he's been in talks with Marvel Studios about a Fantastic Four project. Now, listen. Me personally, I will give him his props because he did Avengers and Age of Ultron, 2 movies I liked. But I'm not gonna lie, he did leave a very bitter, very, very bad taste in my mouth with what he did with Justice League. And now I know the constant argument of, well, he was just there to, clean up a mess like that was already made.
And also, he probably didn't have a lot of creative control.
But it's like, to me, I would have been like, nah. Like, this ain't my work. This is not something I started. I'm not coming to complete it. Fuck that. Because now what he didn't want to happen happened, and he added his stupid little jokes to the movie. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it because I'm gonna start bodying him. I'm gonna start bodying Warner Brothers, and this is not gonna be an Ozark podcast.
Man.
All I'm gonna say,
I'm gonna
say, if he does Fantastic Four, if let's say he is, the rumors are true, and they're in talks with him, and they do cast him for whatever, director, producer, whatever.
He's got to kill that shit.
If he does what he did with Avengers and Age of Ultron, I'm chilling. Like, that's good. But just keep him away from any DC Comics characters. That's all I ask.
Well, it's gonna be a lot different though, like than those movies. Like, just because he took already pre-established characters for the most part. Like,
that is very true.
I don't know. Like, sorry. I was like, yo, leave my MCU guy alone, bro.
Nah, I don't think it's his fault what happened with Justice League. That's completely Warner Brothers.
No,
fault.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
Fam, I will hug you, bro. I will hug you.
Yo, I will shake your fucking hand. I will shake your hand.
All right, let's get into what else? Is there any more news?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So HBO Max and Warner Brothers and AT&T, they're all relying on one guy right now for all of their production, and his name is J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams will be producing. Well, no, false. It's not saying he's producing, but he is creating a Justice League Dark series, live action series, not animated. For the first time ever, we are getting these characters that are very well known, very well loved on not the big screen, but the
TV screen.
TV screen, right? But
Predictions?
I think
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
fire.
ass.
what?
I think it's gonna be straight bunda, bro.
Why?
He said
I just-
bunda.
Oh my god,
I don't see it. I don't see it.
dude! HBO never misses.
But it's J.J.
Like-
Abrams, right? He's a beast. So
So
I don't know.
so
know.
that makes it ass.
I don't
Wait
know.
for it
I'm
to be
thinking
good.
out loud. I still think it's gonna be ass though. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay,
Just like
but why is it gonna be? Yeah, I think that's gonna be ass. Actually,
I don't know. I just like
WandaVision, I think it's gonna be ass.
with just the luck that we fucking have with DC movies. I don't know.
This is
I
different.
don't
Though. You
know,
know
I
why?
think-
To me, I feel like they're putting the responsibility and also the creative control for him and his production company, Bad Robot.
How you
I
know
feel
that?
like- Huh?
How you know that? You talked to Warner Brothers?
No. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel right now. Like in the direction they're going with HBO Max, like I feel like he wouldn't sign on to all this. Well, then again, neither did Zach at the time. Like for them to just fuck him over, you know, it just seems just the way things have been announced. They want him to be the guy, kind of like Feige is with Marvel. Like JJ, take the reins, you and your production company, just make
Wow,
good
you think it
shit.
like that?
That's what I think, because he's not only is he producing that or making that, he's doing an Overlook, which is inspired by The Shining, so it's like a a sequel to The
That's cool. The
He's
Overlook
the Kevin
Hotel.
Feige of HBO Max.
Shining. That's what
And that's
I'm
crazy.
hoping.
And you see how they still somehow missed the mark. Instead of just making JJ like, I guess they're Kevin Feige for Warner Brothers Studios. They're just like, no, just do shows. Like we don't want you.
Right.
We don't
Like,
want you.
yeah, don't
we don't-
hop on the
Well,
TV.
well,
Yeah.
Well, you
Don't
don't
do anything.
You don't
cool.
know if
Well, yeah, that's another
don't know-
thing. It's a show. It's not a movie. I feel like Warner Brothers won't, fuck it up as much.
Yeah. I don't know. I have faith. I think HBO just never misses. I think that shit, and HBO
yeah,
Max
that
drops
too.
next month, right?
Yeah.
How much is that a month?
That's lit. If you have HBO,
15.
it's free.
15?
Mm-hmm.
But do you have HBO though on your TV?
Speaking of TV and good TV, man, thank y'all for putting me on. I just have to. I just have to thank y'all.
Finally,
Yeah.
This is in my
You're
top
welcome.
100 shows of all time.
100.
Top 100?
Yo, it's right under Inhumans, bro. It's right under
my
that.
God. Yeah, it's a tough battle.
And
It's a
humans
tough
won't make
battle.
my
but
top
Inhumans is
500,
really good.
bro. Fuck that.
We're kidding,
Nah,
everyone.
no lie. It is very much. It's probably definitely in my top 10, and very close to my top 5. I would say right now of my favorite TV
Yo,
shows.
say you won't name your top 5 right now.
Hmm.
Say you
Oh,
won't name
that's
your
tough.
top 5 right now.
In no order. Game of Thrones. Nah, actually, that one's in order. That's my number 1 all time. Game
All
of
right,
Thrones.
lit.
Nothing's beating Game of Thrones. Sons of Anarchy.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well, you don't like Sons?
No. I'm just saying. All right. Like I'm just giving feedback. That's all.
Don't interrupt, my
I
guy.
hate-
Keep going.
Yo, I hate when y'all put me on the spot like this. I'm trying to think of it.
You're the only one that's gonna answer this question too.
I know, that's why I do. That's why I asked him.
Yo, start talking about the show. I'll get back to y'all.
All right. Well, as y'all know, Ozark came out last month in March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it did. Yeah.
the season 3 that was highly anticipated, and we're just like, I feel like it's one of the most stressful shows on TV.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
It's one of
Absolutely.
the most it's one of the most consistent shows on television in terms
Yep.
of production quality, in terms of writing, in terms of acting, in terms
Theme.
of story, everything. Like
Yeah.
it just works. Like it's been a really long time since I've seen a TV show produced
That's consistent. Yeah.
like produced like for premium streaming or whatever, however y'all want to call it, that actually has this kind of quality to it. Because yeah, y'all could say all y'all want, like, oh yeah, it's Netflix, of course they got money to produce this, but you could have all the money in the world and make shit.
Yep.
You can have all the writers in the world and still come up with something that's lackluster. And this is what I really appreciate of Ozark. That is just like, it's a story you've probably heard before, maybe, but nothing that you've quite seen unfold like this, to be honest.
I saw a quote
True.
like that. That it's like,
That was me.
Yeah, it's his. Yeah, it's his.
right. Nothing you create, like, is like original.
No, nothing
Like
is nothing
everything
is new
has
under the
Truly.
sun.
something. Right. Not to its core. Like you based it off of something. Like you caught an idea because you're like, oh, like how many shows have we seen that dealt with drug dealers, money laundering, and that kind of shit, you know? Like, even though we've seen this story told before with Mexican drug cartels and money laundering, they did it in such a way where it feels very original. It feels very new and refreshing.
Right.
And it's just, to me, I think to me what highlights a lot about this show is Jason Bateman. Because
The Stoic
I've
King.
only seen him
Yep.
I've only seen him in comedies. And then again, we got The Outsiders with
Right.
Ariel and I. We did the review and we discussed it a little bit where we had said, you know, he did great in that type of role of a serious role. And we kind of discussed that even though he's good in serious roles, like he's still Jason Bateman, you know, like we see him as that comedy funny guy. But nonetheless, especially we'll get into it more, but that scene, I forgot which episode it was this season. It might have been either 6, 7, or 8, one of those 3,
Mm-hmm.
where him and Wendy were arguing in Sue's crib.
Man.
Bro,
Yo, I legit.
that acting was
Yo.
phenomenal.
I'm like, yo, did something happen on set that they like really coming at each other's necks like this? Because
the camera crew's like, okay, guys, this momentum, keep it up. Cameras are rolling.
yo, I
Wait,
like,
what? What?
wait, what? What do you mean what?
He's like,
Yo, where
Wait,
you
what?
at,
Huh?
my guy?
we're just talking about that scene between him and Wendy at their therapist house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
They're
was
both,
just
like, went off
saying,
at each other.
it was mad
Like-
funny when they turned around and the little therapist was there. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, she was hilarious.
yo, R.I.P. a real one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
word,
real.
bro.
When she said, "Was this us?" I started dying. Like, you're not part of this fucking
She's
life.
So innocent, bro.
Like,
My girl
But-
bought a McLaren, bro. Shout out to her.
I know, right?
Yo,
But no,
she's really
that-
out here stunting.
Back to my point real quick. So I see Jason in this role, and I'm like, wow, like he deserves any Emmy that they want to give him. But not even him. Just the character development. I think the actors did such a great job in their roles that you really got to see, especially Wendy, bro. In season 1, I hated her. I was like,
Really?
this bitch ain't it. In season 2 and 3, I'm like, yo, she is that bitch.
yeah,
I'm
like
she
I liked her chemistry in the beginning with the other lady. What's her name?
got slapped.
Yeah,
spoiler
yeah.
alert. Yes,
Starts
the
with an
lawyer.
H.
Helen.
Helen. Yeah, I like her chemistry with her. And yo, she's a really
Yeah,
good
they
actor.
look like they were gonna be buddies.
Yeah, dub. She's a really good actor as like she plays the good like I don't know how to lie role. Like I'm a really bad liar. Because you've seen her like talking to like her kids. She's so bad at lying, bro, and they always like catch her shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she,
I agree.
she's, yeah. I
But
think
when
that-
I don't
she's
even know
around,
why
like,
she
other-
tries anymore to like lie to them. These kids know everything.
Most of the time, they really don't lie to them, honestly. Except when it comes to like when he was kidnapped. That's the only time that I recall her
But-
lying to them.
But you know
This
what I
That was
love
like
about
cringe
this?
though.
You know what I love about this? That like especially like Jonah or like even though like Charlotte annoys the shit out of me, sometimes she has really great points. They like and the show does a really good job of this where they actually address it. You know, it's not like, oh, all our parents launder money and we're just gonna be off here to the side. Like, no, like if you are doing shit for a Mexican drug cartel, like your kids are gonna 100% be involved.
Somehow.
Exactly. And they do such a good job of not like just going over it, like just no lazy writing. It's always like, okay, now this scene, like Jordan's gonna be like, none of this is fucking normal. You guys realize that. And that's why I loved Ben so much. And even though he had his mental issues, everything he was saying was truth.
Yep.
He was just like, you don't understand how fucked up like I'm already fucked up in the head. And the fact that I think all of this is fucked up is even more fucked up.
Yep.
Because it's true. None of that shit is normal. Anytime Marty or Wendy try to get like a normal lifestyle going, or like whatever normal is, they always point to it. Either Charlotte, Ben, Jonah, someone goes, none of this is fucking normal.
Like right back to reality.
Exactly. It's like, this is not money laundering.
And they also get exposed at how weird they are at being normal. Like even in just like, see how detailed they are with the show, even in like conversations between Marty and Wendy, like, oh, hey, hi, okay, so, and they're like, there's, I don't think there's ever been a real normal conversation unless they're experiencing some kind of moment of bliss. Like, for example, when they were at the horse ranch and they had that moment there, right? Like, we should bring our kids here. Like, this is really nice here and stuff. And then, and then immediately they cut right back to business. It's always business talk every time. Every time. Like, I don't feel like there's been a real genuine, like, oh, so like, how are you? How's your day been? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really crazy how.
And to that point, even the scene where, you know, she pretty much ordered the hit on her own brother, and she comes back home. You know, she's tired. She lays down. She's obviously feeling horrible. And although Marty is doing a great job, like, he is comforting her, but he's like, what does he say to her? He's like, come on, you need to get up. We got to go to work. Back to your question, Mark. It did just feel like one continuous like movie or like season. Yeah. It definitely didn't feel like but nah, I would definitely say this season. I don't know. Yeah, definitely. Just the introduction, I think Helen was a great character. They developed her very well.
Phenomenally. I loved her. She was great.
And Ben as well. Two great actors, and they just killed their roles. And you really felt for both characters. You know, Helen with her daughter, and you could tell like she has been in this for a while, and she definitely didn't want her daughter to find out any of it. You know, she's like already been so many years deep into this shit. And then Ben,
you felt like bad for her when Ben like spilled it all to her daughter.
Oh, that's
I mean, I didn't feel bad for her.
I didn't feel bad, but I already knew that was his death warrant.
Well, yeah, I didn't feel bad. I just felt like it's just like stressful. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah. It was more. It was
something
more
you held for so long, and then this guy comes and ruins everything.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And right there, I'm like, oh, you're dead, buddy.
Yo, who else thought that taxi driver was gonna kill him?
No, I didn't think so. Wow, you mad paranoid, bro.
I feel
he think everybody else get him.
Bro, but they focused too much on that scene.
No,
that was
talking. He kind of looks Mexican, bro. He's gonna fuck this guy up.
The whole point of that was just, the whole point of that was just like so you see like
how he gets.
He is really. Yeah, how far he's gone,
and also that was also his.
I got the point after.
That was also for his mixtape for the Emmys, because clearly he reaching for that. Clearly he reaching for that.
Crazy.
Yeah, he actually did that was a really good.
So shout out to my guy Ben Davis.
Meacham?
Yeah, Tom Pelphrey. Tom Pelphrey.
Pelford, yeah.
Shout out to Tom Pelphrey, aka Ben Davis on Ozark, who smoked it, as well
AKA
as
Meacham.
I forgot his first name.
Change the name.
It wasn't Harold Meacham. Harold was the father.
Yeah,
I think
Harold was
it
the
was
father.
Ben.
His name was
Was
Ben
it
in
Ben
that too.
No.
That sounds right, doesn't it?
No,
I don't know. Whatever.
Ward.
So
It
That
was
sounds
Ward.
awful.
It was Ward Meacham.
Woolward.
Ward. That's what it
Change
was.
It's Ward.
So
Change it.
for me, I think that this season was the best.
Mm-hmm.
By far. Like, I love season 1 and season 2. They were great. But I think that this one, no. So, as like in terms of like my favorite character this season, it was definitely Ben. I mean, like he was like, in within the span of 5 minutes, you can go from being like, what the fuck is like why did he say that? Like stop! Like you'd be so angry, and then the next 5 minutes you'll be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, like
Yeah,
like, and they
never
constantly
mind.
kept doing that. Yeah, like never mind, like nah, like, and they kept going and doing that, and like it was the way they wrote his character was amazing. The way he performed was amazing.
Yeah, I liked him because he made my girl Ruth feel special.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like he kind of came in and like he wasn't just all like like being a burden.
Yeah,
He
wasn't
he
as
came in and
destructive as
he was
his
trying to
sister
help
painted
them in
him
the
to be.
beginning too. Like, dude, without him,
He
they
saved
wouldn't have.
Ruth.
Yeah, well, yeah, without him, they wouldn't have the video of the drone video.
Yeah, that's true.
Without that drone video, they're pretty dead in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like,
wouldn't have been on their toes about
My
it.
question to you guys, I have a question.
Wow.
What do you guys think Wendy was justified in what she did by killing him or having, putting the hit on him?
Morality
It's an
question.
that's an impossible question. It's just one of those questions where it's like, do you steal from another family to like feed your family that's starving?
Of course I would. Fuck them.
But
It's a different kind of question.
It was an evil ass laugh.
no,
I'm a villain, my
I
guy.
think I don't know what's the right answer in that
'Cause we all
situation.
have
There is
siblings.
there
We
is
all
no
have
right answer in
siblings.
that situation though.
And
I don't
it's
think
like,
there is any.
to me, because it's like we all have siblings, right? And no matter what
Right.
our relationship is with them, that's blood. That's still family. So it's like, yeah, dude, it's from
Kids
our
or your
perspective,
brother?
huh?
It's your kids or your brother?
Right.
Yeah,
Your
that's
husband or your kids or your brother. Like you are lit. Wow, like that. And
that's
you
a
could tell,
terrible.
and you could tell like the moment like she really started to break. Like when she was driving and then she pulled over and she was like just to Marty, I forgot what was exactly that she was saying, but she was like,
She
What are we
wasn't
gonna
putting
do?
sentences together.
what are we gonna do?
No,
So what
She
do we
wasn't
do?
telling him that. She said, "I don't want to do this anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, "I can't
No,
do
but
this. I
when
can't
she
do
pulled
this."
over, like she really broke down.
Oh
like,
yeah,
when-
yeah, for sure, yeah.
and and there was moments too. It was just funny because in the beginning of the season, it was Marty, or was that last season? That would have been season 2. But there was at one point where Marty as well, like he had his moment of like, yo, like we are messing with a Mexican drug cartel. Like this shit is
That
real.
was last. Yeah, that was. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
that was-
last season. In the beginning of
Yeah, that was
in,
last season.
in the beginning of this season, he was just like,
He wasn't
we
all
should have
there.
fucking left. Yeah, we should have fucking left. So he wasn't putting his all into like thinking about it because he was still stuck on
And-
season 2.
And I was kind of just like, I was kind of hoping he was going to take that FBI deal. Like, and I still think, what?
Nah.
Dude, he would have got killed.
Yeah, that wouldn't
I
have
don't-
done
I
it.
don't
whole
trust that shit
FBI
for a
deal,
sec.
That shit never works out, bro.
You don't
Just
think that they
touch your
could have?
ass.
You don't think the cartel could have fucking snuck somebody into that prison that he was going to be staying at to kill him?
Hell yeah.
Like that would have been lazy
Like-
writing there if they would have went with that.
Super lazy.
Because then it would have taken all the stakes that the show had put and
Yeah,
raised.
but isn't he still trying? I kind of forgot, but isn't he still trying to go that route?
No,
To
he was
turn
just
the
trying to
agent?
turn. He was just trying to turn.
He's
her.
trying to turn her.
Oh, that's what I'm
That's
talking about.
fucking
He's still trying to
impossible.
do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Somehow.
he was doing
I
all
don't know
that.
how the fuck he's going to do it.
Because again, he never fully admitted what he was doing. Anytime that agent who was actually pretty good at what she was doing, she was a really
Yeah,
smart
absolutely.
character.
You got to write that shit down, Playboy.
Yo, and she saved Marty's life.
She did.
Like, She was the one who
Bank
flagged that
account.
account. She
Yeah.
flagged that account.
That's the thing, though. Like, us as the audience, I trust her. So that's why I kind of want him to take that deal. Because
No,
I didn't
yeah.
trust Petty. I didn't trust Petty's bum
Nah,
ass.
fuck that. Don't trust the
Not
feds,
at all. Not
cuz.
at all.
But
Dude, I trust her, but that's not the point. I trust her. I don't trust the whole organization.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, exactly.
She's one good agent. Look what happened with Petty. Look what's happening with Petty's with that I don't know his name.
Evans.
The other
Evans, yeah.
Evans, yeah.
Agent
Yeah, he's
Evans.
a-
He's also a dick, and he doesn't give a fuck about them.
I can't
like-
wait till they kill him off.
I don't know how they're gonna do that. Kill an
Nah,
FBI agent. That's
Petty already
fucking
got
Well,
crazy.
They killed the other FBI agent.
Well, no.
Yeah, what do you mean? Petty
Roots,
got killed.
Roots' dad killed Petty,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't.
and
mean
then
the
he
cartel,
got
I just
clapped
mean, like,
immediately.
I know.
Oh, you mean the show in general?
Yeah.
Like anybody?
I
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
give
Yeah, I
a
agree.
Fuck who does it.
Fucking Roop just goes over there, does it for no reason.
I think another actress that really killed her role, even though like everybody fucking hates her character.
Darlene.
Yeah.
I
She
love Darlene.
kills
I love
it.
Darlene.
even though everybody fucking hates
Wait,
her. me
who's
included.
everybody?
I like her
No.
as soon as she shot his balls off.
Yo.
Yeah,
that was
right.
funny.
When she shot his balls off, I was like, that's nice. She gets some points for that.
And she went to his pops and was, his little pecker's never growing back.
So yeah, Darlene was phenomenally written, I think, and obviously actress is amazing. Like she is written so to the way where it's like you hate her character so much just because it's like she's just such a for lack of a better word, bitch. Like
Yeah, don't
she-
sugarcoat it. She's a fucking bitch.
Isn't she
Like,
the one who blew the guy's
when
head
she-
off?
Yeah.
yeah, she killed him. She killed
Her husband.
And now she's having sex with Wyatt.
And she
Uh,
killed
that's
and
the
she killed
thing.
her gardener, the other dude too. She killed him
Oh,
too.
Ash?
Yeah.
Nah, she didn't kill him.
No,
her
no.
husband did.
Oh yeah,
Her husband
yeah,
did,
yeah,
yeah.
right. But I'm pretty sure she was just like, yeah, do it.
No,
No?
she was
No,
like
she loved
pissed.
Ash,
She
yeah.
was pissed. She loved him.
Okay.
That's
Wait,
what. That's
like-
pretty much the whole reason. That's the whole reason she got the kid, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she wanted the kid, and,
Yeah,
and now
because-
she's like,
all right.
she's parenting this child. I feel so bad for that kid.
Oof.
Like they need to get that kid out of there.
They
ASAP.
got that
That's
little
the
kid
thing.
with a
She
bruja.
looks like she really takes care of the
No,
I don't
yeah.
care.
But
He has a
but
baby,
wait,
but when he gets older,
but
he's
just
gonna be the
wait,
next
yeah.
Wyatt.
Exactly. When that kid gets
gonna-
So is he
older,
better off with Marty and Wendy?
yes.
I think so.
No.
No.
Hold on, no. None of us have children. We're not debating the welfare of a child right now.
Okay, I think he'd be fractionally better off, in the sense that that the kid will actually, I don't know, like, it's she's gonna start trafficking or selling all the drugs, Darlene. And what are you gonna teach the kid how to grow drugs?
Yeah, most
Or
likely that kid is definitely gonna be helping her
Oh,
seed
God.
these
Or
poppies.
How about we teach the kid to money launder? That sounds better.
But
Well, he don't need to
I'm
money
pretty
launder. I mean,
sure-
look at Charlotte. She doesn't money launder. She more so just
She just
Yeah.
bitches about everything all the time.
she's just kind of like the voice of reason,
Yo,
kind of.
Don't talk about my girl like that.
Yo, she's like 15, bro.
No, I don't mean it like that.
Oh.
I mean, I like her character. She's dope. I didn't like her in the beginning.
Yeah,
She's
I
a
like her
one
character
cruiser.
too now.
nah,
In the
the
beginning,
kids,
she was
yeah,
annoying,
the kids
yeah.
definitely.
When she wanted to be emancipated, is
Yeah.
that what it was?
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
emancipated.
God.
Oh, brother.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
I
what made
hated
You
that.
know what made me like her a little bit more now? When Aaron came along, Helen's daughter, I was like, "Oh, this bitch is
Oh,
even
that bitch is
worse."
Stupid.
Yeah,
bro.
she made
Right, but
Eric- she
again, you-
made Charlotte look like a blast.
But we're looking at it. We're looking at her like, because we know all the information. Like,
Yeah,
think about it. Like, she has no clue what the fuck is going on. She has no clue. Like, so I obviously she was annoying, but it was like, At the end of the day, you have to just be like, all right, she has no fucking clue, and she's just being a fucking,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Oh,
idiot
and then,
teenager.
and like when Brian had mentioned, yeah, I felt completely bad for her when Ben was spilling all that, and she was just like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, because we can picture that. Imagine us, right? We've been living this life, chilling, and then one day your parents are like, "Boom, we launder money from Mexican cartel, and now they're coming for our heads." You're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Lit.
Lit.
yeah.
Stop.
Dude, after watching it, I was like, I never in my entire life want to get anywhere close to a cartel. Like,
Facts.
like
That
not even
was before
like,
the show.
high.
You were like, maybe.
No, right. You know what I mean. though. Like,
Depends on the
it's-
check.
It's
You know what I mean?
great,
Right.
good to know your
Thought about
application
it.
was out there.
But now,
Yeah,
no way.
Watching this show, right? I was considering.
Junior was on
Now-
Indeed. Junior was on
Sound like
Indeed for
60%.
drug dealers.
Before he was
I
60-40.
saw the offers on LinkedIn. I was like,
Yo, chill. Let's stop talking about this topic. I don't want them to listen in and shit.
They already are, my guy.
Yo,
What's
that's
good,
an
Chapo?
extra listen, bro. That's an extra listen.
Cartel, bro. Chills.
they're
You
like,
get the listens you
they're-
can
they're
get,
in
bro.
Mexico, they're like, yo, you know the Chillin' with Villains podcast? Yeah,
Yo, they be making fun of us, man.
They
Yo,
talking
stop,
shit.
bro.
Once again, that is not Ozymandias, Zoom, or Magneto's talking like that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh my god, that was Clown Prince's neighbor.
Exactly, yo. What
All
you
right.
doing here, bro? Get out of here.
Word, time to leave.
We're in quarantine. Get away from
Social distance.
Hey, word. Anyway,
me.
so
Yeah, back
shout out
on.
Ezra Miller. Social distance, that's
so
what
yeah,
it
I think Darlene was a very underrated. She's a very underrated character in that sense.
Absolutely.
Because like I love the characters that that make me actually hate them, not because of like this, like they're saying stupid shit or they're doing stupid shit, but it's like they're just doing shit that's like you're like, oh fuck you, you
And
know,
also
like
they bring a sort of balanced chaos to the main characters as well, because it gives more room for the writers to work with in terms of other obstacles to put in the way of what the
Yep.
goal is in the story.
other possibilities,
Exactly. So
dude.
you just-
Because I didn't realize what she was doing until the end. Like she finessed the fuck out of that whole situation.
of course.
Yeah,
Like she finessed it, bro.
Bro,
Like she
she's
not
another
only
one.
did she secure custody of her child, not only did she do that, she also stole Ruth from who knows everything about
Everything.
Marty and the drug cartel and all that shit. And she now is working with the KC mob. Like she finessed the fuck out of this.
she's another one of the characters that never goes in to do something without a plan.
Yep.
Like,
She's not stupid. Well, sometimes she is.
the only time
when
she
she-
did that was when she killed Del Rio
She-
at the end
yeah,
of season 1.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the last time she actually
But
did that.
after that, yeah, everything was all planned, all coordinated. Even the death of her husband, like I knew it from the jump. I was like, oh, she fucking put something in his fucking morning
Yeah,
coffee. I was
absolutely.
like, it's over for Jacob. I could not stand the actor's voice for Jacob. I really could not. I don't know what it was. the way he
Darlene.
spoke.
He didn't have
Darlene.
he didn't have he's not in the top 5 voices ever with a voice
Right.
like that.
No, but great actor nonetheless. Like I said, everyone that has come into the show, even 3, even the actor that plays 3 has done a phenomenal job. with the
Yeah,
minimal
and like my
time
guy,
he
your
had.
name is 3. Okay?
Right?
So that's when you know a show
no,
is
I-
great. That even the side characters are great. Like even like, and those who watch anime, like I'm assuming y'all have your reservations about side characters, right? I don't know if how they could
No.
be either be tedious and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
they could
yeah.
be
They
used.
could be pointless. Yeah,
yeah, they could
like
be used for
Krillin,
filler.
like Yamcha, Tien.
watch
Yeah,
him
all those
out.
people.
Talk about Krillin. Watch him out.
Bro, how do we get to Dragon Ball Z?
Listen, all I know is I got a better
You
hairline
go
than
with that's
Krillin.
anime.
But
Yeah, you do.
no, like what I was gonna say about that, Ariel, is Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's some shows where the side character comes up and you could really not give a shit about their scene. It's
Yeah,
like,
Mhm.
and I just-
exactly.
you're like, I'm gonna keep this playing just because, but I really should skip it because I don't care. But this one, no. Like any scene with anyone, I'm just like, oh my god, what the fuck now? It's one of those shows where nothing goes right.
Yeah,
You know?
dude, it's like
Ever.
Prison Break, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ever.
god, I
It just
remember
gets
the
worse. The
Prison Break show.
situation
So
just worsens.
stressful.
It is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the thing
it's
is,
like every time a solution is found, 2 more problems
Like
arise.
even Game of Thrones had W's in it. This show, I did not feel.
Yeah.
There's not a single victory that I felt happen. It just like the problem again.
right.
It just keeps getting worse. Like it's
Or-
always
or
bad.
If we do get a victory, it's like for like a scene, and then the next scene is something just fucking that victory right up. I'm
Yeah,
like,
too
bet.
yeah,
bad.
literally.
Yeah, but I want to see if you guys get the same sense that I do when watching this, especially this. I think this season more than others, because we see Marty and Wendy, we see the birds as the protagonists of this story.
Hmm.
But I think the writing is so good that
Oh my God.
that sometimes I'm like, they're the real bad guys here in a sense. Like they came to this place, they came to the Ozarks
Mhm.
and just fucked everybody's life up. Like
What choice did they have? I mean,
No,
Marty,
no, no,
was,
it
Marty
was-
had a
it
gun
was
to his
really-
head.
Yeah,
Not the
it-
people enjoying the
it's
casino.
involuntary. It's not like they went there and it's like, oh, we're gonna fuck all you guys up. But especially Wendy, like she goes
Yeah,
to
Wendy,
meetings
she-
and to talk
she-
to people. It's not to make friends. Like
It's
she's
never
using them.
genuine.
They
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
whoever they can, and I get it. It's to keep your family alive. So who gives
Yeah.
a fuck? Who
Yeah,
gives
like
a
the
flying
casino,
fuck?
they burnt down the fucking.
the
That was
church.
because of Marty. Nah, the casino.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking about
I
earlier
agree that,
seasons.
that
Oh,
they
yeah.
use like fucking everybody, but it's again, it's for your family. I mean, like everything is. It's not like they're like choosing. Like that's what makes them different than bad guys, in my opinion. It's like
They are.
they
bad
never.
guys, though. We do have to realize that they're money launderers,
Yes, they're
Okay.
money launderers, but
and they voluntarily did it. Like Marty, like was like, "Yo, we're gonna do this," and when he's like, "Bet," in that one scene back in season 2 or season 1, yeah, I
right,
think it was
right.
season 1. So it's
And
like,
he's always been a money launderer since the beginning.
No,
Yeah,
he
so
was an
yes.
accountant. Like he
Yeah,
used to
but-
do accounting and stuff. That's why he's good at what he does.
I think he meant
No,
once
I
he got
meant-
the offer though from Del Rio.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's since the first episode.
Well, the first episode begins
Since-
with him. He didn't know
Already,
that.
he's
that's the-
already.
he
They
was
were,
he was an
his partner was
accomplice.
skimming,
Exactly.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but they were all laundering for him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Marty.
But,
But
That's
before-
what he-
before
that's
the-
what
the backstory,
But
Remember
no,
that
but yeah,
backstory?
but he's referring to the flashbacks of when they first got the offer from Del Rio, which predated season 1.
yeah,
Oh,
he
I
wasn't
don't
he
remember
wasn't
that.
laundering at the time.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They were regular, and Wendy
Yeah,
was
so
out here
that's what
cheating.
because
Well, yeah,
When-
he
when
didn't
him
come
and
out the
Wendy-
fucking womb fucking money laundering for Del Rio. I
Yeah,
I
but-
don't remember that flashback. I forgot.
no, yeah. So basically, they were in like Del Rio invited them to like his golf course like cabin area for the weekend, and he offered him, and then he went up to talk to Wendy back in the room, and like he was just playing,
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
and
Okay.
he, you remember now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Like he was just fucking around. He was like, oh, what would it hurt? What would happen? She was like, are you serious? And then like obviously you know where that led to, but also what I want to point out is I gotta like Wendy, especially when she put the hit out on Rube's dad, right? And Marty started to look at her like, yo, like you
What
are
is
really
wrong
into
with
shit.
you? Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She really got like she became
Yeah.
that,
She
you
became
know, 'cause-
embellished. Yeah.
right. So that's what I'm trying to see here. It's like, you know, how we're talking about that they're, you know, the protagonists and we should be seeing them as the good guys, but in reality, like she started becoming like the cartel. She became a
Yeah.
murderer.
she became power hungry. She gets off on that shit.
Mm-hmm. Because
Marty
So-
was like, yo,
and it also
that's why they had
stems
that whole big fucking argument.
exactly, and it also stems from the like because usually people who are power hungry and conniving like that always have some kind of traumatic event that they didn't have control over that they wish that they had. For example,
Right.
the whole thing with her cheating and then her side boo getting clapped, getting thrown off the building. Like she wished she
Yo,
she wishes that she could have controlled that situation. So now that you see like all these decisions that she's making on behalf of the family, but really on behalf of herself, because it's more selfishness than it is selflessness. And that's why Marty gets tight, because he's like, yo, you're fucking shit up. And I'm just trying to keep us on the straight and narrow. I feel like Marty is just trying to keep shit balanced. And Wendy just keeps adding to shit.
Yeah. To expand.
Exactly. That was the whole point of this season, was just to talk about that expansion. And you see her whenever she communicates with bum ass Navarro. She's always like,
Navarro.
Bro, she gets a hard on, bro, talking to him. She gets all excited.
Yeah.
Exactly, because she wants his trust. She wants his she wants him to literally say, Wendy Bird, thank you. Like, you're not gonna get you see how ruthless these motherfuckers are? He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he was like,
oh, you did that? Cool. Right. He's like, cool. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are you calling me?
You killed your brother for me? All right, what do you want to thank you?
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, yo.
He's basically saying that's your fucking job.
And he also said you did what you had to.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
That's your fucking job. Like, savage, bro. And I don't think she realized that until after everything with her brother happened. Like, that's why she started to break down. She started to drink, because she was like, yo, like, what the fuck have I
If that didn't make her
become?
realize, fucking Helen getting shot in the head in front of her probably did.
Oh, that changes everything.
And she was like to Nelson, she was like, yo, you would let me know, right? He's like, yeah.
That's amazing writing by the show. That's what I call a fake payoff, where something is written in a script episodes ago and you expect that moment to pay off because everybody pays attention, everybody holds on to information like that. Like, all right, now I'm gonna watch out for Helen, and how everything was unfolding, I'm like, yo, one of them is gonna die. And I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't see that coming at all. Like, this is
the second
top
she stepped out the
5
car,
shows ever, bro.
he said, blah. I was like, word? Yo, I had to rewind it because I was like,
I rewinded it too.
Fucking
my girl sent me, like, after she saw it, she sent me the video twice. She was like, yo, I can't stop watching this. She keeps like she watched the last two episodes like 2 times. I know,
right? And no, not even that, Brian. You mentioned the song that comes on after. Like, how about Navarro saying, "Oh, now like our relationship has begun"? I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then hugs them.
He was like, "This is just the beginning."
I'm like, with Helen's blood all over them. I'm like,
dude,
word. I'm like, y'all are
Once again, and I was here thinking, I'm here like I don't know if you guys do this, but like in the middle of the season, I'm like, all right. Especially of a show like this where like it's engaging and keeps you on the edge of your seat every episode. It gives you time to explore the possibilities without expecting lazy writing. Because I was even thinking like maybe, or theorizing like maybe he actually does get this deal and he still somehow works for Navarro. But then I'm like, but what about Helen? Like with this whole Ben shit, like how the fuck are they gonna do this?
Yo, because she was gonna turn on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was already getting the FBI ready and shit.
But she should have known that there was no way that they were going to be able to do that without Marty.
And Navarro knew that. And Navarro knew that.
And Navarro knew that, which is why
she was moving too quick. Like, I think that's what ticked him off.
Yeah.
She was just doing this, like to save her.
Wendy or not Wendy. Helen, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
but also, I think what Wendy was doing, even though she kind of looked stupid when she was talking to Navarro, and Navarro kind of made her look stupid, I think he still soaked all that in and realized that they're probably better to keep around.
More valuable, yeah.
Well, not just because of Marty, but also because Wendy always comes up with a solution and also planted the idea in his head that, yo, my kids will be good if all this shit goes to shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also why he kind of went with her, because I don't think Helen has ever brought that up to him. Like, yo, what will happen to your kids? Like,
Yeah, she
I'm
was
pretty
just
sure
there
that's
Didn't he
doing her
say
job.
like didn't he say like she's like him, or Marty's like him or some shit?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And Marty, yo, speaking of which, that episode was dope. Marty
And
was
Marty,
such a savage.
he's like, fuck
Marty
you.
was like, yeah, he was like, fuck you, you fuckhead. I was like, oh, Marty don't give a
Yeah.
fuck no
He
more.
don't care. The
But
Stoic
that,
King.
Yo, and when he came back and what he said, y'all peeped that, he was like, yo, I thought I was gonna be scared, and I was actually there. And he said he basically said he wasn't scared.
yeah,
Yeah.
He thought he'd be worse off. And then that's when he like started to agree with Wendy's plan.
yeah, no, 100%.
I honestly, I don't even think it was him agreeing. I think he was just like, it was just more so like moving on from his from last season and wanting to get out and saying, you know what, Wendy, like we're already here now. So even though I don't like it,
Right.
we're here. So I'm gonna put
I
all my
agree.
all of me into this shit.
And I think what it kind of touches on both points that Brim made and you, Mark. It's like after the experience that he had and he thought he was gonna be more scared than he was, he's like, you know what? I can do this shit. We can do this shit. We're gonna be all right. And that's why he followed along with Wendy's plan.
Yeah,
And then
he
it
grew
was kind of
confidence.
like after he had killed, remember, because he had killed Pastor Mason. And after that, he was going through some shit. Like he was like, yo, like we need to get the fuck out. So the back half of season 2 was him preparing to leave and when he was getting power hungry. So you saw kind of her rise and his downfall. But then in this season, after his whole incident in Mexico, and then after her whole incident with her brother, like she was on the downfall, like, yo, like we need to like we should have left. When you told us to leave, we should have left. And he was like, no, you were right. We got to do this because, you know, you kind of see both those worlds collide where one has a downfall, one has, you know, the uphill battle. And I think now, hopefully, you know, for season 4, everyone's on the same page, like that they're on the same page, because that's been fucking them up all this time is, you know, they'll keep secrets all the time, even though how many times are they like, okay, no more secrets. And then, oh, guess what? Next scene, secret. It's like, I get it though. It's hard. Like, this is not something you want to tell your kids. There's certain things you just don't want to tell your wife
Yeah.
or husband. It's just very difficult in a situation like that. But nonetheless, I think damn, dude, just a fucking phenomenal job by the writers, the fucking actors. Everyone just did what they had to do with that one.
Top
Fucking
5 and it's not 5, my guy. Telling you,
It's
this,
maybe 4, 3, 2, or 1.
like this is
Yeah.
this is really like pristine. Like there's not, I don't have a single complaint.
I don't either.
I don't say that about shit a lot. I
Oof.
guess. I mean, when it comes to shows, at least
Something that you were like either a plot hole. I didn't notice any. There's no
me
plot
neither,
holes. I
yeah,
don't think.
no filler,
No fillers. Nothing was pointless.
Imagine.
nothing.
And-
yeah, and everything mattered.
Everything. And like, you know what I'm thinking now. It just kind of like came to me. Next season, how likely is it? Do you guys think that they killed Helen's family?
Oof. No, but that's a
Um,
great point that you brought up, Mark, because I wanted to bring up, you know, how is Aaron's daughter going to tie into all this now that she knows? And her
Exactly.
mom and
That's
dad.
my exact point. Because if she goes back to Chicago, tells her dad, he goes to the FBI. The FBI is like, oh shit. Now they have a person that they can get info about, and then the FBI has another way to kind of attack Marty and the cartel.
Yeah. No, 100%. Ariel, should we maybe take a little pause